Remember that article that came out, I think it was last year sometime, uh, about the Michael, the future gamer? There is a particular website who shall remain nameless because I'm not giving them the clout that idiotic uh, games journalists are, continuing to link back to this site. It is remember this? I think you probably do. Future Gamer. We have, of course, the indent in the skull from pressure of overuse of headphones, dark circles from sleep deprivation, hunched back, obese, pale skin, PlayStation thumb, which is apparently repetitive strain from excessive use of the controller, Nintendo arthritis, thinning hair, black rings under the eyes. I mean, what this is, so I can speak to it because this is like from my field. This is literally an article that's created to drive links into a website and for SEO purposes. So the actual website is a garbage casino website, but they put out these like hate bait articles so that morons link to it and then they get more clout. They're not really interested in talking about video gamers. They just know that we're stupid enough to share this stuff, and it drives a bunch of links back into their scumbag casino website. So when this article came out, talking about gaming disorder and all this stuff, of course, the future of a gamer is also male, which is probably triggering to some people. They came out with a new article, this time lecturing us on how women should look in video games. And it's really not anything interesting. It's just saying, women should be fat. This is the way of the world. Like, I live in Wisconsin. Basically, everyone here is overweight. But the reality is they always use this crazy article or this crazy argument like, this is what real women look like. And they're always obese. That's just not the case. I mean, if you go anywhere around the world, that's not the case. You go to Colorado, for example, that's not the case. California, there are plenty of states full of fit, healthy people. But the same garbage Gamba website puts out this female video game characters redesigned with realistic bodies. And imagine a world where video game characters were real. There would be some downright monstrosities walking among us. Looking at you, Baraka. But what about the female characters? This is always hilarious to me too, right? Male characters can be portrayed with like a 10-pack, running around shirtless constantly, and there's nobody says a word about men being objectified. But if a woman is wearing something revealing, they're being objectified. Suddenly it's a problem that we need to talk about, and it's a problem that is created by men and needs to be solved by women. Again, this is just bait, but you can see morons taking it. You have CBR writing an article on it. Female characters from games like Blood Rain and Soul Calibur are modified to look more like women from the real world in these fascinating redesigns. They're not fascinating. They're actually quite lazy. And also, they're absolutely... you can look at any number of cosplayers out there that pull off these looks just fine. The idea that there aren't women that look like Melina or Blood Rain is hilariously absurd. But they put this out. Iconic female video game characters redesigned with realistic bodies. Alternate subtitle, iconic female video game characters ruined. Female characters from games like Blood Rain and Soul Calibur are modified to look more ugly. Let's just say it that way. Out of shape. And they didn't do this to the men because nobody would share that article. You could see, yes, we have this character from from League of Legends. Made sure we added cellulite to her legs because that's what people want in their fantasy video games. The idea that if we can talk about what is a realistic body type, and sure, it's not often that men are walking around with six packs and a perfect fitness, and same with women. But these are video games. These are a fantasy setting. They aren't supposed to mimic real life. They aren't supposed to be exactly like it is in real life. People play video games for this thing that used to be applauded and used to be delivered by video game developers called escapism. We can even talk to traditional marketing data where both men and women prefer attractive men and women in their television programs. Not even the normal people out there want to see themselves on TV. They want to see idealized versions of themselves. That's the way it works. And The argument that it's anything but that is not supported by data. You see, in a series of images created by a moron clickbait website that we're going to link to, 10 characters from popular games including Blood Rain, World of Warcraft, Soul Calibur are redesigned and look more like women of the real world. Aside from their dramatic outfits and magical weapons, of course, each edit is posted alongside the original art. So what this is bait to make gamers rage. We're not going to do that. We're just going to laugh at it. Because, again, this is the same idiots that brought you this weird thing. All right? So if we look at this, they have a real twist. Ooh, really interesting. Many leading female protagonists within video games resemble similar personality traits. Strong-willed, witty, clever, robust, and some impressive chest armor. But what if these female characters were a more natural approach? What if Sylvanas from World of Warcraft had some stronger hips to help her carry that heavy armor? Or if League of Legends Leona's porcelain skin was actually battle-worn canvas and needs some TLC? That's what we all want. So let's take a look at what they do to Sylvanas here, who is, again, a mythical elf creature, but suddenly needs to be, out of shape, apparently. Again, yes, in real life, which one is more common to see? Okay, but we're playing a video game. We're not playing real life. You can see, you'll notice an immediate difference in the before and after, but more weight around her middle has been added, so they gave her a gut, revealing a more lifelike body shape. I mean, what's unlifelike about this? I mean, I don't understand. We've rounded her face slightly to diminish the chiseled look she has. So okay, I suppose, yeah. I mean, you use some sort of app that adds 25 pounds to people. You have Jade here. Yeah. The thing is, what's hilarious about this is like, all right, let's play this game. Let's play this game with Sylvanas, okay? A warrior, okay? Powerful mage on the field of battle, one of the most powerful people in World of Warcraft. Do you think that she would be out there fighting against the Lich King and defeating him if she was 35 pounds overweight? Probably not. She's she's well-trained, and fit. That kind of matters. The idea, too, I mean, you have a lot of stumpy looking characters in World of Warcraft too, and you have people with more quote unquote realistic proportions. They focus on Sylvanas, but there are plenty others. Let's look at let's say Misfortune from League. Again, they didn't change the head at all, but they added stretch marks, which is everyone wants to see that in video games, and then just added about 45 pounds in pear shape here. Why? I don't know. I mean, to garner hate clicks. The Jade one actually looks okay. She's a little less chiseled, but she doesn't look out of shape. But again, this is somebody who is a fighter for a living. So what's more common if you turn on the UFC? Someone that looks like Jade or someone that looks like this more out of shape version? If they want to play this game, here's Melina, who is, again, a trained fighter. Do you think her being 35 pounds overweight would help her or hurt her in the Mortal Kombat arena? It's ridiculous. And again, of course, none of these are men. You have, who's this, Widowmaker from Overwatch, just looking just awful. The other reality is if you were a little less in shape, you probably wouldn't be wearing the exact same outfit. You'd probably wear something that was a little more comfortable for you. Look how lazy this one is. Ivy from Soul Calibur, exact same head, and they just exploded the bottom half. Just they took a pear and then they superimposed it, and it just looks totally ridiculous. This is just lazy. But by the way, this is on purpose, so don't link to this site. If you're going to link to it, please do archives. The entire purpose of this is for them to drive links to this, which is a degenerate Gamba website. That's all they care about. They care about ranking higher in SEO, and they care about, bringing in gamers with hate bait. They call it guides or whatever, but what this is just simply SEO. I mean, highest earning Twitch streamers compared. What exactly does that have to do with Gamba? Nothing. But this is just They can't create content around gambling because it wouldn't rank well in Google, so they do this. Hate bait. And then morons like Comic Book News link it. Classic. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.